Hey Leo, welcome to July. So this is the month the sun enters your sign later in the month on the 22nd. But until then, you have Mercury, the planet of communication, in your sign. It begins there on July 16th through August 10th, and then again through August 30th to September 15th. This is because of retrogrades, okay? Mercury retrograde happening this month in your sign. So Mercury in Leo, loud expression, heartfelt expression. We have to be aware of being overconfident. We have to watch our pride this month, especially in communication. It's not a month for loud declarations, okay? This is a month of finding balance between fun and work and looking at themes of what true joy is. So again, Mercury retrograde beginning July 18th through August 10th. It's 12:45 a.m. on July 18th. And 15 degrees of Leo back to 4 degrees of Leo, which was the same as June 30th. So basically, we're reviewing everything that's been going on since June 30th. So be especially careful, Leo, not to be too over the top with information or with public declarations or conversation in general, and really examine if everything is true to you coming from your heart. And then you'll be able to move forward with much more clarity. Okay. So this is also the month of the Leo new moon, and that happens on Thursday, July 24th at 3:11 p.m. This is a 2-degree Leo new moon. It's going to be conjunct Mercury because Mercury is there in Leo. It's going to be trining Saturn and Neptune in Aries. So it's got a lot of positive vibes, and it's going to be opposite Pluto, because you have Pluto hanging out across from you in the sign of Aquarius for the next 19 years. So there's a lot of power there. There's a lot of change there. Leo, you're a fixed sign, so sometimes you don't want the change because fixed signs kind of like to stay put. But Pluto's there opposite you in the fixed sign of Aquarius, and it wants to prompt you to change what needs to change. So speak from the heart. Examine what comes up during the Mercury retrograde. And I really like the energy of the Leo new moon. Don't forget to make moon water. It'd be really good for you Leos to make moon water. You can grab a mason jar, fill it with water, put it in the window a couple days before the new moon and a couple days after. And it's a great time also to write down your order to the universe of what you'd like to receive, some heartfelt statements. Maybe put that under your jar of water, okay? And then just drink the water. It's great, great vibes. Now, you also have a trine going on with Chiron, the wounded healer, in the sign of Aries. And Chiron's going to be retrograding the end of the month also. So, Chiron represents the old pain that we kind of came in with, themes of pain in our life. And then over time, it can become our greatest strength. So let this be that time. So we have the sun moves to Leo July 22nd at 9:29 a.m. So you've got a lot of activity there with the new moon, with the sun to Leo, a lot of energy on you, Leo, this month. Let's make it a fabulous month. So let's put a couple theme cards out for you. Just overall themes, what you need to know here. I've got a couple fun decks. I've got the Herb Crafters. I haven't looked at any of these yet. This is the Relative Tarot. I've been talking about how I'm using the Relative Tarot from the Kickstarter version that I got. There's now a release of the Relative Tarot along with the Beloved Dead as a separate deck. They're by Carrie Paris, and I really enjoy them. Also have the Tarot of the New Visions here, which is like a nice Rider-Waite version, but from a different angle. Let's give you one of these oracle cards, and let's see what you need to know, Leo. So your first card is the Emperor, and it's Hemlock. And so the Emperor is the boss. Emperor is a major arcana. The Emperor is Aries energy. And we know that we have a lot of planets in Aries right now, and a lot of those planets are retrograding. And if you haven't listened to the month ahead of July, I would encourage you to do so. Learn more about what's going on. This looks like a grid, like someone put this together with intention. The Emperor has a lot of attention It's hemlock, which I think is a poisonous plant. And so we see specific designs, specific action. And you have a trine with all these planets in Aries. So this is a very positive thing for you. Your second card is the 10 of Cups here. And this is an interesting card. It looks like they're holding some kind of document in their hand, and there is a sense of family here. And, I wonder what those documents are, if that has something to do with their freedom. And so it's really appreciating the family unit here and the joy that that brings. We have the 5 of Cups, 5 of Chalices. We see a couple people walking away. We see a couple cups spilled, but we still see 2 cups back here. Okay, so there's kind of a change of emotion, and maybe there's been some sense of loss, or maybe some friendships moving on, or maybe some family that's moved away. But we see that you have to appreciate what's still here. Your oracle card is the Regimen card. And so we see these ladies kind of working with some weights, and they're getting moving. And so it's kind of coming in next to the Sorrow card, that it's like you have to take some action for yourself to move forward, to tend to your emotions, okay? And exercise is a good way to do that. All right, so these are kind of your overview cards. So we're going to make a couple piles here with a couple different themes. The first pile is going to have work career themes. And let's put 2 cards there for work and career. Now, the next pile is going to be home life. See what you've got going on for home life. Then we're going to do one for love. See what you need to know here for love. And then just another pile of anything else important for you to know right now, Leo. I guess we're getting 2 there, and I'm going to put an oracle there also. Okay, let's see what we've got. So pile number 1 is work. Again, I've had a comment recently about how the message came through that they felt was for them, but it was in a different pile. And again, please just take whatever message you get from this, and it doesn't necessarily have to follow the structure that I'm using. So our first pile is work. And we have the 4 of Swords, where we see this gentleman meditating. A 4 is a pause number. Swords is the mind. And so we see a pause, a calm. This is work. And the Hija of Water, which I believe is the Page of Cups, and it's chamomile, and she's pouring up some beautiful chamomile tea, calming during the daytime. So we've got a lot of chill out, calming energy in work. So maybe you're taking some vacation time. If you're not, it's showing me that it would be good for you to do. If you can't do that, you just need to stay calm. Maybe you drink some chamomile tea during the day. In this hot weather, I've been making hot tea in the morning and just icing it and just putting it in some mason jars and having grab and go tea. So maybe you just make things really nice for yourself, that you just have some calming stuff available for you, because we all know that all we have to do is get a glimpse of the news and we need major sources of calming. Okay, so chamomile is showing up for you. Now, home life. Home life, we have the 9 of Earth, apple. This is a card of being really resourceful and using what we have, right? They're making all this stuff out of apples, drying them and saving them for later. So it kind of almost like the tea, right? Being resourceful. But 9 of Earth is plenty. It's traditionally the 9 of Pentacles. So we see no waste, and we see planning for the future. We also have the 2 of Cups, which is great to see in the family, because this is a card of harmony and relationship, reciprocal energy. So we have that going on in the home. So mainly putting some thought into things, some detail into things, and thinking about the future in our relationships. Okay, we're going to go into our love pile here, and we have the 9 of Cups, which is often called the Make-A-Wish card. And this is from the Tarot of the New Vision. So we get to see behind that stand that has all those cups lined up, and we see a little girl kind of eating cookies, and we see kids playing. So there's a lot of joy here. It's all lined up for you. This is in your love life. You also have the 7 of Pentacles, where we see something is building. See this gentleman looking at you right in real time here. So we've got a lot of people around you. There's playful energy with the kids. There's someone like looking you right in the eyes there. Seven of Pentacles, it's like maybe you've been waiting for love. Maybe you've been building something with someone, but it seems like there's fun energy with the Nine of Cups, and Seven of Pentacles where it's not quite ready, but you're building something. So I would say have some fun, enjoy the people that are around you. And with this Make-A-Wish card, I would use that Leo new moon to be very specific about placing your order to the universe about exactly what it is, how you want to feel. Okay. Now, this is the last pile is about anything else important that you need to know, Leo. You have the Seven of Swords, which we see this person almost like on defense, tiptoeing around. All right. Seven of Swords, Seven of Air has a lot to do with communication. We know Mercury's in retrograde. So anything that comes up, remember, we're going to revisit it. So if you've been having any relationship problems or some things with friends, you're going to revisit it. It can get cleared up. King of Wands is here. This is you, Leo. This is a Leo king. And he looks like a jolly fellow here. So the King of Wands, the King of Fire, he wants to have a good time. He wants to get out in the world and live. And he's definitely has a different stance than this Seven of Swords that looks defensive. He's very confident in his power. And then your Oracle card is the Forget-Me-Not card. So I definitely think that you've got some love vibes going on. It's almost like this person shows back up and doesn't want to be forgotten. So you may have some love showing back up. Let me just pull couple more. What is up with that Forget-Me-Not card? The Moon. Okay. She's got a bottle of champagne in her hair and it looks like she has a 4-leaf clover in her teeth. So there could be someone like coming back to town, visiting family, and there's some kind of little bit of a celebration going on here. So that's kind of exciting. All right, Leo, these are your cards. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go week by week here. And what I've been using, let's see, I dropped them here. I'm using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, these little minis. And we're going to go week by week here and see what you need to know each week of the month. So let's get a card here for each week. Got 5 weeks going on here, July. And let's see what you need to know. So week 1, let's see. Week 1 is the week that we have Venus entering Gemini. The Neptune retrograde begins, all right? And this is 4th of July week. And you've got the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is the romantic, right? Bringing you the cup of satisfaction. We already saw like Forget-Me-Not. You may have some, this could be like, if you're single, this could be old love showing back up. If you are not, this could be old friends showing up. Someone who cares for you, all right? Kind of knocking on your door. Now, the next week is the Capricorn full moon week on Thursday the 10th. This is the week that Uranus, the oh wow planet, enters Gemini. And if you haven't listened to the month ahead full video yet, you might want to head over there for more details. So your card for this week is the Ace of Swords. So to me, aces are very lucky. It's something new. Swords is communication, or it's a new thought, a new idea. And as Uranus enters Gemini, Uranus can be like all of a sudden you have divine insight, and Gemini can express and write things down. So get your pen and paper out there. It's good to be writing anyways when we're going into retrograde periods, just so we can kind of observe what's going on. I like to look back at things. I like to keep notebooks and date things so that I can flip through them later and see, because a lot of times I find with readings and stuff, there's a little bit of a delay. And sometimes I want like this immediate answer, but sometimes it takes a few months, and I'd like to go back and look and see so I can be like, there it is. So get that pad and paper out, because this Mercury retrograde is going to take us back to everything that's been happening since June 3rd. Now we move into the next week, the 13th, and we have, let's see what's going on this week. This is the week that Mercury retrograde begins on the 18th. So let's see what we've got here. We've got the 5 of Pentacles. Now, 5 is a number of change, and Pentacles is anything of value. This can often be called the poor me card or the poverty mentality card. And so, and we know like this is the last time to make big purchases. And so you may be having some money worries. I think we all are right now. We're anticipating tariffs. We don't know what's going on in our country. And so we see a little bit of like worry, concern, and please know that you're not alone. Now, when we go into the next week, we know that this is the week of the Leo new moon. So this is a really powerful week for you Leos. The sun is going to move into Leo on the 20th, and then we will go into the Leo new moon on the 24th. And you have the Four of Wands here, Four of Fire. It's almost like being at a wedding. So maybe you have a wedding to go to, but there's definitely a celebration and there's a lot of beauty here. Now we go into the last week of the month. And this is the week that Venus is going to move into Cancer. There's a lot here about caring for yourself and your well-being. And you got another ace, and it's the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Fire. So we see some like full speed, like ahead, like something's being handed to you, you're taking it and you're running with it. All right. So a lot of positive energy there. It looks like the hardest week for you is the third week, which was the 13th. So just make sure to plan ahead to just take care of yourself. Don't overspend so that you feel nervous, and stay calm and enjoy the nice vibes of the month. All right. I'm going to move these to the side. And we're going to work with the dice, and we're going to work with some charms and see what you need to know here, Leo. So your dice roll is the Venus in the sign of Libra in the second house. That's all Venus energy. Okay, this is great. So Venus, harmony, balance, relationships, value, money, self-value. In Libra, which is an exalted position for Venus, it's its own sign. It functions its best in Libra. Libra has to do with relationships, but it also has to do with legal matters. And then we see the second house. Well, the second house, Venus owns the second house. It's Taurus's house. It's the house of relationships, a little bit more about your relationship with yourself and your own value, and then the relationship with your wallet. And we saw that Five of Pentacles come in. So I think you're going to learn a lot about yourself this month, your relationship with yourself, how you treat yourself, and what relationship you have with your own money and value. But this is beautiful energy, Venus energy. It's harmonious. And so I really think you couldn't have rolled better combo than this. All right, now let's work with our charm bowl here, our big punch bowl of charms. And I'm just going to give a toss of these around, do a couple more, and see what you get here. All right, we got one rolling, and I think we're going to drop it right there. All right, let's see what letters we have. Our little Scrabble. So let's start at the top here. We've got a teacup, a little, looks like an island to me, a moth, and what are these? Prayer hands, and the letter Z, and a little castle, it looks like. No, it's a bottle of wine and 2 wine glasses. Okay, so we got tea and wine and Z10, moth, prayer hands, and like an island. On the 30th of the month, we have the letter I. On the 3rd, we have, what is that? That's like a lobster. On the 4th of July, you got a big dragonfly here and the letter O. All right, so dragonfly 360 view and in a circle. So like a circle view, connection. The 5th, this is like an ankh, which is like I think I'm saying it right. It's a symbol for protection, and some smoky quartz off on the side. Then we go over here and it looks like between, well, let's see. We're going to put this one on the 8th, a little symbol of Mother Mary, the letter R. Got 065. What is this little thing? This is a cat. Oh, it's a witch on a broom. The letter E. Got another letter M, or the word me, and then mirror. Isn't that like meerkat? M-I-E-R. Okay, we have the word more, pause, home, on, or. Okay, so the letter me, or the word me on the 10th, and you've got a turtle and a coyote. So the 10th, really the 8th, 9th, 10th has a lot of energy for you. Over here on the 14th, the letter N. We have a moon crescent on the 15th, along with your second turtle that's shown up. The 16th, we have the sun and a fish. The 17th, we have a large bird. Okay, so the 16th would be a great time to get to the ocean. 15th, 16th, get by some water. The 19th, we have like a chunk of hematite along with another set of prayer hands, right? Making sure to give gratitude, stay connected. On the 22nd, another O. We have the Eiffel Tower here on the 29th. The 30th, we have another tree of life. 31st, we've got a saxophone or a trombone or whatever horn this is. I get all my instruments confused here, but some kind of horn instrument. And is this Saint Christopher? Saint Christopher, protect us. And I didn't grow up Catholic, but I think that he's used to travel for protection and travel. So you got a lot of energy there on July 1st. Maybe you're going to hear live music. Maybe you're taking a little trip. You've got some protection there. Okay, over on the side, we have like another dragon, a little dog, another black stone. And on the bottom, we have a castle and a snake. All right. So it looks like most of your energy, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, and again at the end, 29th, 30th, 31st. So I hope you get to go do something wonderful. Do I see any more words? The word zone, Z-O-N-E. And I think that's everything. So Leo, have a great month.